It was going down. I'm Donald Nelson with Supreme Confidence. You're listening to today's episode of the Love Affairs Discussions with Kels podcast. Confidence in the Klutch Network. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you got to add confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Stay woke or get out. Listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes and when we go live, like tonight. It's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Coming up, we're going to talk about, let's see what we're talking about. Education and politics tonight, y'all. A lot of stuff going on. I don't think people are ready for it. So, you already know this is an open, unfiltered discussion about love. The confidence starts right now. We're not plugged in, so anybody that's listening, not listening. Three, two, one. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.
What you want me to do, Kelly?
I don't know. Can you fix it?
You got to come back in and join, y'all. Let me see.
Do it.
I got it. What's going on?
Is that what it is?
I got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You ready?
Yes.
All right.
All right. That's what's up. Okay.
Cheers. Right away.
Cheer. What are we cheering to?
Life, health,
Amen to that.
and a fine ass co-host.
Thank you.
Y'all can't see what she got on. I think she's trying to do something.
You know what?
That was a big ass gulp. I heard like 2 gulps with that one. That was a nice sized gulp. The people heard that one.
I'm embracing this newness that I'm getting ready to come into next week. So I'm trying to go into it I'm trying to ease y'all into it just a little bit because I don't want to blow everybody away next week.
All right, so
that's what's up.
Power Pack episode. Like I said, we're talking about politics today. Education as well. So something random as hell about how I feel today is why these punk motherfuckers be out here.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
My fault.
Okay, let me sit back.
You want me to?
Let me sit back.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Y'all be driving, right? And like these punk motherfuckers they'll be walking like I got the green, motherfucker, and you coming this way and you walking like I don't give a fuck, fam. Like I'm in the intersection already. You just walk like I ain't gonna hit your ass. And then when you get up on them, they ain't like, psh, and then they look at you like, psh, oh ass, and they like, really?
Yeah.
Go ahead, give me some, Kels.
Wow.
Give me some.
You know what? Okay, so I was talking about coming into this newness, right?
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
And I'm like, why do people think that once you reach a certain age, why do they give you this, oh, you old?
You are.
Okay, see, now we got a problem. Because I'm trying to tell you how I feel, and then you're going to just hit me with that.
Oh,
but I mean,
fault.
like, seriously, I don't, like, at what point is it cool to just tell people they old? Like, I don't say that to people who I know who are older than me. No, there's no need. I'm dealing with it as it is.
Oh my God.
I'm approaching something new. Listen to me. When I tell you I never thought I would be here, I never thought I would
you'd be 40.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd be saying it. It's coming out of my mouth. Like I was on Facebook, and a friend of mine who I went to school with, she turned 40 last week. Like everybody, they all turning 40, and I'm like, and I hit her on Facebook. I'm like, happy birthday. Did you ever think when we were 15, we would be shouting this out? So stop calling people who are young, especially young women, because I think I'm young.
Your ass is old, man.
Whatever, y'all. He out of pocket right now. Like
I don't understand. Listen, man, I don't know why people don't want to get older. I don't want to be like these young whippersnappers. When I was young, I was reckless. I was doing wild shit.
Well, that was you. Everybody wasn't reckless. Everybody want out here doing whatever.
Here's the thing.
Oh Lord.
Father Time is undefeated. Figure it out.
I agree.
So you'll figure it out.
It is undefeated.
Father Time is undefeated.
But at the end of the day, you don't have to describe it in that way. I'm getting wiser. So don't say old. Just say wiser.
Your ass is old. All right, and wiser. How about that?
Y'all, he gonna learn this etiquette, how you really have conversation with women about their age.
Don't
It's
nobody
gonna take
give
some time.
Who cares? We all get old, G. Like I don't even understand what the problem is. We all get old, G. Everybody get old. Like you can't get away from it.
All I said was, it's gonna take time for you.
Ain't nobody tripping off you though, cuz I'm just saying.
Moving on.
Her ass is old and she mad, yo.
I'm not mad. I'm just moving on. Since I'm
right.
moving up, I'm moving on.
Awesome. Any feedback from last week's show? No, okay.
No, we didn't have any feedback.
So we don't check no more. We don't give a fuck. Now, question of the week.
Not the truth.
I don't give a fuck. Question of the week was: do you agree with the school choice program? School choice program, if I'm not mistaken, was started by Dr. Howard Fuller, former MPS superintendent, back in '94 and '96. The purpose of the school choice program was to give students in MPS a chance to get a quality private school education that they felt they couldn't get in an MPS school. It was for poor black kids. Now, the thing that got hijacked, I don't know where the hell we getting this feedback from on everything.
I don't know either. It's the live feed. Like, I don't know. Is it that?
It's only when I talk, though.
It is only when you talk.
Creepy.
It is creepy. We are at the end of this month.
Ooh.
A lot of crazy stuff happening right now. You know what? That's crazy that you said it, because I just thought about the stuff that's happening on the news right now.
Okay, hold on.
Crazy.
Hold on. We'll get into that. So it got hijacked to now you can make a whole bunch of money.
A whole lot of money.
You don't have to be a minority. You can get in the school choice program. Not only is it in Milwaukee County, it's spread to Racine County. They got a statewide program, and they have a special education program for students with special needs. They don't want black people to know that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So, this program was designed for low-income families to be able to attend private schools that they wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to attend because of the private school tuition and things like that. So the school choice would actually pay for the tuition of that student.
Boom.
Got it. But this is, it's not just Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
It's not just Milwaukee. We're talking about all over.
We started everything. We start all the social ills, all the social programs. W2, that was us. We always lead the country in a lot of negative statistics. So we're like the social services. What word I want to look for? Not breeding ground, but like that's where they do their R&D at and shit. They research and development is Milwaukee on everything. Wow. Mm-hmm. But how do you feel if I get into it?
I'm up in the air about it.
Okay, let me hear it.
I'm up in the air about it because I think that everybody should have the opportunity to get the best education that is available to them. And it really bothers me that, we as African American people and people of color, we just think that the best education, some of us think that the best education our children can receive is in a private school.
Right.
But then again,
go ahead.
When you look at the public school system and you see the offerings, I don't care what city you're living in, it's slim. The public school systems all over this nation are struggling.
Word.
You know, Milwaukee is struggling. Period. Just all across the board. So you can only imagine what the school system is dealing with.
Right.
And so knowing that funding is being cut every year from the public school system.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Public funding been getting cut from the public school system for how long though?
Forever.
Right? So it's really.
But
like,
it keeps. I mean, the dollar amount, the amount that's funded. I mean, it makes no sense. How can you expect a school district to run and operate and provide children and families the best education possible when you don't have the dollars attached to it?
Can I ask you a question though?
So that's just.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
If we don't raise property taxes, how are we gonna get the funds?
Well,
because everybody doesn't want to raise property taxes, right? In the city of Milwaukee, it's too big to put a referendum on the ballot to say, "Hey, you want to give money to the public school system of the city?" Most people that live in the city be like, "No."
Well, I don't know why they can't. Y'all want to give it to the what's the place?
The Brewers and the Bucks.
The Brewers and the Bucks. Y'all want to give it to them.
That's for entertainment purposes, though. You know. Listen, in order for America to thrive, you have to have a downtrodden people. You have to have a low class. We can go to any urban city, and they're gonna have high performing schools in urban setting. They're gonna have those.
Absolutely.
They're gonna have a whole bunch that's not performing at all.
We got
that's part of the process, though.
We have ours, yeah. Absolutely.
That's part of the process, though. But who can lead that push to get things that where we start getting more funding or get more things taken care of in these schools? Who? I'm gonna give you a guess. Who you think?
Repeat your question one more time.
Who can lead the push to get us more funding in these schools that we need? If funding is what it is, I don't believe it's all funding.
It's
but I'm gonna let you cook. But who do you think has the key to getting this stuff kind of fixed, where we can have better performing schools? Where's the key?
We do.
The parents or the people?
The people.
The parents, yo. Listen.
The people are the parents.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is every parent ain't cut the same. As far as value in education, like, so if I don't value education, how the hell am I going to? You know what I mean?
That's why the people.
But the people don't care. Listen. My daughter don't go to MPS. Ain't never walked a day in MPS in her life. Now my boys did, but I got them out at 3rd and 5th grade respectively.
Okay.
Going into. Right. So, but they didn't go to choice schools. That's the catch. Right. So boys went suburban, daughter charter. Right.
Okay.
So I went to a parochial school. I went to a quote unquote choice school right now. And at first my thing was, if they gonna give people money to send their kids to school, the first person they need to be giving money is my mama, who worked hard as hell to afford to send me to that school, right? From 1st grade to 8th grade. Mm-hmm. If y'all not doing that, these people shouldn't be able to go. You know what I'm saying? That was my initial stance on the whole joint. Then once I thought about it, I said, nah. The shit is real though, but we know why the choice program, and we're gonna get into valuing your child's education, but we just wanted to set the tone. That's coming up in the whole topics. But as far as I agree with the school choice program, because I've seen the good is done for my friends' children. When you can have 13 scholarships and you can pick and choose what school you want to go to because you went to a choice school. Now, your child has to be talented.
Absolutely.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But they can. I don't know. How about this? I don't know any school that has an endowment besides private schools.
Yeah.
Because they have donors. They have alumni that donate the same amount of paper every year that they know this is going to this. And they can say, my money is going to the football team, the basketball team, the sports team, the art program, the music program, the forensics team, the whatever it is, every year. All spent whatever you need. Like a school like Marquette, they got a $36 million endowment just for sports. $36 million from Marquette University High School.
Wow. That blows my mind. But I believe it's real.
So, do you agree with the school choice program?
You know, I'm always up in the air because I went to public schools all my life. I don't care what state we lived in. And I remember my mom and them, they wanted to send me, like when we moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they weren't completely impressed with the school system. But I was just like, you know, I had never been in private school and they wanted to send me to a private school. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. I was fine. It was, at that point, it wasn't about what's happening in the school. It's like they knew what they were sending to the school. So I went and I performed and outperformed.
Right.
You know, so I was fine. But I know for me, as it, you know, looking at my own child, and we're getting to the stage where we got to make decisions about schools right now.
Right.
You know, mine started in a public school, and now she's in a public charter school, and now we're looking at high schools. You know, and I'm looking at both.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that I'm preparing you for our global society.
Right.
Period. That's what I'm looking at. You know. So if it's public, great. If it's choice, great.
Okay.
You know. So it depends on the program, the school.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we're on the same page then.
We're on the same page.
Right. Well, my thing is, I'm with it. Like, and I'm not, you know, for me being in the school district or whatever, you would think I would be a opponent. But I mean, to be honest with you, some people have been thinking well, if I didn't go to an MPS school in 1985, right? You know what I'm saying? My mama said in 1985, you ain't going to the MPS school, right? What is that saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm from 1985 from 28th and Burleigh.
What was going on in 1985?
That my mama said.
That's a good question. What
that my mama said that you ain't going to no MPS school.
Wow. I mean, she made a good decision.
She made a good decision, but the thing is, there's a reason why.
I would.
Everybody knows at the end of the 70s when the teachers got that great ass package, but they said we'll take less pay, but y'all gonna take care of our benefits. That's when MPS really went down. If you look at the history of the district, that's when it started to etch down. You always had your schools. You had your High School of the Arts, you had King, you had Reagan, you had quality elementary schools across the board. You had Morse, you had Roosevelt. You had quality middle schools where kids can go and get a quality education and go to high school, prepare you for college. But throughout the time, and I don't think it has anything to do with the school district based upon the job I have in the district. I see it all. Is AP at another high school compared to King and Reagan and Riverside the same? Probably not. But it's AP.
Like courses?
AP courses.
Gotcha.
It all depends. All right, it all depends. But there's a lot of things that we stopped doing. I think one of the biggest things that we did that was wrong is take away the home ecs and the chops and all that in all the schools, right? When schools started specializing, like I'm just strictly about the college bound focus and all that shit, because you got people in them college bound schools that ain't going to college. They just got in.
Yeah, that is true.
And then what are your electives then, right? So like a school like Tech. I believe Tech should get closed down. Straight closed down.
It's a beautiful facility.
Closed down for 1 year.
Okay.
8th graders that's coming in and people that's coming in after that should be able to apply to come in. And if you're on a serious trek to go to a trade school,
okay,
or start your own business fresh out of high school because you plug with your family or whatever, you can get in there. So that means if we only got 400 people, I don't know what it is. I don't know why the hell this damn thing is echoing like that.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
I think they are shifting back to the career and the technical education fields. That is one of the things that the district is moving back towards. And we know with all things that you bring back, going back to old school, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So I agree. I mean, I think that we do need to move and shift back to those courses and those fields that are going to produce students that can actually come out of high school making some pretty decent money.
Why is our voice echoing? I got you, Z. I don't know why. I'm hearing you.
Somebody said our voice.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know why. I think it's because we got both these damn things, and I bet you as soon as we cut that off, there's gonna be smooth.
Both what things on?
You know what? I bet you it's. Let me see. Maybe because I'm on the computer too. Maybe not. I don't know. Our voice is echoing on the Facebook joint though.
So that sounds crazy.
Sound real crazy. I don't know what to do.
We only got one person watching us, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know why it's echoing. That's the catch.
Well, I'm coming off of here.
Go ahead.
Let's just see how that does.
Just leave the joint altogether. So, but maybe that is what it is. I don't know. We never had this problem before, but you're not gone yet.
How do I just end this thing?
Just like double tap the joint and close down the app. You still on my joint. That's exactly what it was.
Dang.
That's exactly what it was. Now we good.
Okay, well, whatever. All right. Thank you.
No, we'll figure it out. But that's what it was, though. Okay, so say your comment again because we were trying to fix that.
I don't even know what I said.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
I'm mad because I can't watch the live feed.
No, you can take my joint. Here, take here. I don't care. No, I don't care. So just take it and you got it.
Let's see.
If you turn it to the side, it might get both of us.
Like
but I don't care because we on the real camera. So that one, I got to edit this out the real thing. No. Just turn the camera to the side. Just turn it other way. Thank you. Turn it and then just boom and then just. You can't do it that way.
You can't turn your phone on my live.
Yeah. Go ahead and put it back the other way, please, because it already ain't gonna work that way.
Not gonna work.
Oh, so you good? I don't care.
Trying, y'all. We trying.
Put it down, like angle it down. Thank you. You get like a corner. You know how to work it. We don't care really. Okay, so
there it is. Half of your head and half of mine.
That don't matter. We good. We good.
That's on, so we're straight.
Yeah. All right. So.
All right.
Moving on. Okay, so. I said yes. You said. Kels. I said yes. You said. Do you agree with the school choice program?
I do.
I do. Okay, we good. So we got 2 yeses. Now, moving on to our topic of the week, the big education and politics joint. Do you value where and how your child, K through 12, gets their education? And is your child's education important to you? So, I don't think people don't have these conversations with their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, educators do, but if you don't know any educators, you're really not having these conversations, I don't believe. So.
They do.
Yeah.
I've talked to people who are not in the field of education.
But you're in the field. I'm saying if you don't, it's kind of hard for us to gauge that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I've seen people engage in conversations with other people in other professions, and they talk about. I mean, people who don't even have children, you know, they talk about this particular topic, just valuing their kids' education. They're talking about kids that aren't even here yet.
Okay.
And, you know, what they want to see happen for their kids.
Okay.
I mean, not just in K-12, but just even after. So, I mean, I think that it kind of depends. I mean, I see a lot of professional people having these conversations. But and even, you know, if you go to McDonald's, you know, you go to McDonald's and you will hear like some of the older men. I mean, we're talking about men who are, you know, retirement age, 60s, 70s, and 80s. They're in there having conversations about, you know, the education of their grandchildren or their great grandchildren, and they want to make sure that they're talking about the importance of, you know, where their grandkids receive their education, the type of education that they receive. Okay. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I know I care. I definitely care. I have no choice. I value it. It's so important. It's the way I was raised.
Takes a village to raise a child, right? That's the sentiment. That's the rhetoric, but this ask to buy shit just popped up for Bell, so it's funny. But yeah, you know, take a village to raise a child. So I don't think people value their education enough for their children. Otherwise, your children wouldn't come acting the way they do at school, because these kids, damn it, these kids and how they act is bananas, yo. Like, you really gotta make them understand. Listen, I'm gonna call your mama. And I'm gonna tell her everything you did, and then there's no, right? No, don't do that. Like, well, then chill out. If you know you ain't supposed to be acting like that, right? Don't act like that, fam. You make everything hard. And I understand the middle school joints though, but I hope and pray to God my kids wasn't acting down fool. I always look, I'm in education. Don't go to school acting the damn fool. You know what I mean? Because that's somebody got kids like you and me. Like, I never wanted my children to go to school acting crazy, Kel. But
nobody does.
Do shit. A lot of motherfuckers send them to school to act crazy to get that check. How about that?
Look, that's a whole nother show.
What Z said on that joint, yo?
Okay. Let's see.
No, not right there. The last one.
She said yes and yes. Coming from someone who's knee deep in this ish, caring is huge for all.
Down, go back down. Wave at Samantha. Yeah, no doubt.
Come up like that.
Yeah, put it back. Okay. Z said we got the good angle. Cause you know why? She saw me. There you go. I gotta be on camera. Okay, now.
I thought you didn't really care.
Once it happens,
I'm sorry,
it happens.
the people care.
Once it happens.
Since y'all care.
Yeah, they care.
We can move it all the way.
No, I'm good. I'm good right there. I'm talking about. Come on. All right,
good?
So I'm good. I'm always good. Listen.
Okay.
No Child Left Behind Act of 2001 discredited every urban minority school district in America, while accrediting every suburban district. I remember when that happened. I'm like, yo, really? Really? And it's like, it was parts to it though, because Bush knew what the fuck he was doing, because that was the the height of the Catholic Church sex abuse stuff. Because remember, it was always church and state.
Yes.
Church and state. Wait a minute. You got to watch that. So, church and state was supposed to be separate through everything, and they wrote it in the law, George Bush, that the private schools were able to get the funding, and when that happened, what that did was help these Catholic schools stay open, in my opinion. IMO. That by allowing it, because remember, it was only in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for poor little black kids in the hood. So if we see, it works in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Port of the Black kids, it can work in other places. So that allowed them Catholic schools to stay in business, if you ask me, in my opinion, right? Because of the all of the sex abuse, which I don't understand why they just don't let their priests get married. I don't understand. Like, so you got a problem, and this is the problem I have with conservatives. One of the problems I have with conservatives and Republicans. I think T.I. said it on his album. He said, y'all get mad over gay, transgender, all that shit, but I'm supposed to go home and play with little kids. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Wait a minute. There's no, whatever you choose to be, that ain't nothing compared to, you know what I'm saying? You abusing little kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. I don't get that shit, but.
I mean, marriage is not going to solve that problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to solve that issue. That's something else going on with you. You got a whole nother issue where you think that it's okay to sexually abuse children. So I don't think marriage is going to solve that issue. I mean, there are some priests, who they probably would want to be married, but like they may not want to be married to a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's going to solve that problem. But I mean, the Catholic Church will never go down, ever.
They was close. They was up against the ropes, yo. With the sex abuse stuff. Think about if No Child Left Behind ever happened.
Too much money is attached to them.
But listen to me. If No Child Left Behind Act came in and they ain't getting this extra money, who's first of all, who's going there? Remember the recession that happened in 2007. Remember when a recession happens in white America and black America, it's a fucking depression. Like, we was hurting in the community from 2000. That shit, and then it bounced back. But once the hood stays the same all the time, I don't give a fuck if it's Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump. The hood has been the same. There's no differentiation. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, when Democrats in office, the liberals, sometimes you get a little bit more help as far as favorable things for poor people. That's about it. Mm-hmm. That's about it, love.
Well, I mean, if the Catholic, if they were not a part of the education process, that's not gonna. I don't think that would have phased them one bit. They're tied to so many other things where they make money, and they have been making money. I mean, we're talking about an institution that's been around for thousands of years.
You know where all the artifacts for all the religions is at, right? It's in the Vatican. Yeah. It's in the Vatican. That's one of the most controlled places in the world. I mean, secretive. They got the ark. They got the veil that Jesus ripped in the church when they was tripping.
The shroud.
Well, yeah, they got that shit. They got pieces of the cross. They got pieces of Noah's Ark. They got everything. They got Muhammad shit. They got Buddha shit. They got everything up in there because religion is a form of control, y'all. Spirituality is not. Religion is the form of control. And anybody that does any research know the cross. The original cross is the astrological cross in the middle with the circle around that joint. You can go in churches and see that shit. It's a lot of signs up in there. I got this good piece you need to watch after we leave. It won't change your mind because people.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
On a field trip over there to watch something on TV. Oh, so, but it opened my eyes up like, wow, like if you really think about it. But religion is a form of control. Just like, I mean, if you got your whatever Catholics, Lutheran, and it was just Christianity, Baptist, Colgico, whatever. Show me in the Bible where it say that shit you can't do. Show me. Mm-hmm. But see, me and you can read the same Bible verse, and I'll take what I take it. And that's bullshit. Then don't put your shit on me and say what I ain't supposed to be doing. I don't read that. I don't understand that. People say it's parables in the Bible. Is the Bible parables? Period. Right. If people want to talk, is the Bible a book of fairy tales based upon African traditional religions? Yoruba, Santeria, Vodun. Tell me something, please. You know what I mean? Like, how do Christians hate Muslims so much when you read the Holy Quran and you read the Holy Bible, it's the same stories with different names.
At the end of the day, we're all children of God, the ultimate creator.
But because your denomination and your teachings from that, and they said something, and you gotta do what they say, right? You gotta wear black shoes, stockings, and blue jean dresses every day.
No, sir.
What I'm saying,
No,
though, somebody
ma'am.
told it. Don't show me in the Bible where it says that at. Please show me in the Bible where it says that at. So that's what I'm saying with the Catholic Church, the control shit. They had to defend. Hey, Bush, we need some help, fam. That's that shit going on in Milwaukee. School choice. The state giving us 7,500, even though our shit is like 10, 11,000. We'll take that 7,600. We'll make that shit up on the back end. We'll put some funds from the endowment, from the arts, from the boo. We good. We good. What, man? Shit, what? Oh, for real, we used to pay volunteers to come in on open houses to do the books in the beginning of the year. No, we just grab all them choice kids to come do this shit. You know what I'm saying? How about that?
Oh, wow.
How about that? Can we cheers? Have another cheers with you. Right. All right, let's keep it moving.
Drink? Okay, we'll talk about it
No,
later.
I'll talk about it.
I thought I was going on a field trip for real.
We might can go on a field trip. You want to go on a field trip?
Yeah, I need a field trip in my life.
All right, we might have to do that. Okay, so.
Okay.
All right, so. The question is, remember, all politics are local, right? That's what I'm gonna get to later. But the funding for the schools, yo. The funding for the schools, Kels.
I'm listening.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am listening.
Leave her alone for a little bit.
I'm trying to look at what she said.
Nah, just pay. We'll look at her in a minute. Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly.
Go ahead, I'm
okay,
listening.
So eye contact, Kelly. I'm gonna do that.
I was reading.
I'm just messing with you.
The thing.
Funding for schools taken away Republicans as a question, right? When Scott Walker did the Act 10, right? Everybody was up in arms, right? But changes were made prior to that. Mm-hmm. Just say, for instance, like districts were doing things to their employees that other districts weren't. And when your district say we're doing this to be competitive with the other districts, mm-hmm. but you're dropping pay, mm-hmm. you're dropping pay, healthcare. How the fuck is that being competitive with another district? You're better than them because you offer this set of employees.
Yep.
What the other districts don't offer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get a quality candidate pool for this position that you need, mm-hmm. it is what it is. But when you slice that shit like fuck it, and this is before Act 10, anybody that says funding for schools taken away for a Republican is bullshit, because Act 10 put tools in place for the districts to cut costs. You know what I mean? To cut costs. So if the Republicans put tools in place, cut out the unions and did all that shit, Kels, who made these changes? The Republicans didn't say, don't give them motherfuckers no raises, cut their health care, take that shit from, they got to pay something. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, make them pay $40 for family a month, $20 for individual. To now, nigga, well, come on. Who did that? Did the Republicans made your boss say, this is what we gonna do? I don't think the Republicans did that. But we had the blue flu. We riding and picking it and going up to Madison like, hey, this is important. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's all you're going to do in the past 7 years. You had the blue flu. But you a strong group. In my dealings with the union ain't never do shit for me. They always sided with the district. So I don't give a fuck about Act 10 and none of that. Back then, remember we was working. I said, man, Scotty is my friend, because I was agreeing with what the fuck he was doing because they already banked me.
And yeah, we thought you were psycho.
Yeah, I said Scotty is my friend. I don't give a damn, because look,
say that, y'all.
All politics is local. It applied to my family, mm-hmm. and for my family, he didn't do shit to me, so he's an ally. He's an ally to me.
Okay.
Kels.
Yes.
I'm gonna get in the last two sections when, I need to hear you.
I'm just listening.
No.
Yeah, I'm listening at this point. I'm
Okay.
listening.
All right. Let me keep it moving. Then
I'm limited
Let me
right
let me
now.
get it. Did you say unlimited?
I'm limited.
All right. All right. And off wax. Yo, Woodman's is a great fucking store, man. Like I can't relate to the Woodman's Brigade, but Woodman's is fucking awesome, yo. They have everything at the best prices, yo. Like when dude used to do them funny ass commercials and shit back in the day, employee on and how I caramba, whatever the hell he used to say. I used to be like, man, get dog ass out of here on everything. All right, so all right. Yeah. All right, so
Somebody had a good experience at Woodman's. That's awesome.
the MPS, this school choice joint, I remember reading the article Howard Fuller was saying, man, he wish he wouldn't have even started the shit down there because it's a shell of what it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's not serving the people in the community that it's supposed to serve.
Because it's not about the people.
It's about keeping those schools open. It's going
It's
back
about
to
keeping those schools open because there are so many that could have been shut down or could have closed because, they didn't have the funds to keep the school running.
the recession and all that shit, man.
Absolutely. And so there's some schools that are going bankrupt.
Well, now, but people need to understand, we're talking about choice school. We're talking about the private parochial schools, not the charter schools that come take your money, send your kids back to the MPS, and then fuck them, and then you're done.
Man,
Them motherfuckers causing a dime a dozen right about now.
Man.
But suburban schools are not all equal, yo. You know what I mean? These rankings mean something. So we're talking about regular public schools. But the thing is with suburban schools, they'll put a referendum up for their children's education because all of them can't send their kids to parochial schools neither. So they fucking school, whether you're a one school high school, a two school high school district or whatever, they want to make sure them motherfuckers top notch. That's why you go to suburban schools, they got everything. How come when you go to all the suburban schools, they all look brand new down there?
They do, don't they?
I'm going to tell you the schools that don't look new that I know. Like Tulsa East and Tulsa West don't look brand new. But then you look at their facilities and the shit around it. Yeah, you can tell they always doing something. Always.
Always updating.
We can't keep the damn floor. We can't get the fucking gym floor waxed consistently in MPS. You know what I'm saying? They're giving us sport courts. They're giving us all this garbage. You know what I'm saying? Look at the field out at Vincent. When that shit's supposed to have been done, fam. And who's in charge of that anyway? How you gonna put one set of bleachers up? MPS, you already know. You can't have one set of bleachers up with just a metal rail dividing them. You know what's finna go down.
One set of bleachers?
Yeah, like one side. Like ain't no bleachers on the other side.
It's only one side? All that land out there? Are you serious?
Paper, dog. Gotta get that paper, dog. So, like, it's gonna be a fun issue. Anyway. I have no problem sending my child to a suburban school because I went from my parochial school from 1st to 8th grade out to Whitnall. Right? They used to come in. That's when they used to come and get us. Back then, we used to get picked up and stationed. No, it wasn't station. Was it station? No, it wasn't station wagons my first year. Maybe it was. They used to come get us in station wagons, fam.
When you went to where?
To Whitnall.
Really?
Yeah, they used to come get us in station wagons, fam. I think that was after school. No, we used to get picked up on the small buses. I didn't even know it was a negative connotation to the small buses because I ain't never rode on the school bus. So, wow. Yeah, though. But the thing where we were MPS students, though, that was chapter 220.
Yeah, that was chapter 220.
So when MPS used to be out of school, we would be out of school. The motherfuckers used to be mad. So say for instance, it was a snowstorm and shit out there, they all can get to school. They can get on skis and shit. You know what I'm saying? They can ride their ATVs and shit. You know what I'm saying? They used to be mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but going to those suburban schools, prepare your children for the culture shock of PWIs. PWI. Predominantly white institutions.
Oh, wow.
Don't we got historically black colleges and universities? Yeah. So that culture shock is bananas. You know what I'm saying? That culture shock is bananas if you ain't ready for it. Because what happens is, Kels, The first semester you there is all good. You come back after Christmas break, Kels. What's so-and-so at? Ooh, fell off. After the freshman year, come back sophomore year.
Can't deal with it.
Where folks at? You know what I mean? Each semester go out, and you know who them students are that falls off? MPS students.
Yeah.
How come at UWM, MPS, African American students in her UWM had a 92% dropout rate? You know why? English 101 and English 102. Think about those. When you was at Parkside, I was at Whitewater. You know what I mean? We got our shit done. We did it though. But when you don't have a proper English teacher coming through high school, fam, English 101 and English 102 will kick your ass.
But like, yeah, and that's if you can get an English 101. You might be English 0900095.
I had to take math 0401 and shit. Up in Whitewater, I sure did.
Wow.
And that's another story. Then I went and after I passed, my guys didn't pass, and then this is a funny ass story, Kel. I gotta tell you this one off wax. But put it like this.
You don't want to tell our listeners?
Nah,
Okay.
I'll tell them. Statute of limitations. So then I
Statute
went back.
limitations.
Statute of limitations.
Well,
So,
don't tell our listeners.
now this is funny. It's funny though. So I went back with my guys just to hang out, right? And tutor them in class. I was helping the teacher because she couldn't deal with them because them niggas was crazy, right? Right, they was crazy, right? So they was just doing little shit. You can tell motherfuckers was just wild, right? So I was there to try to help her calm down the class and help them because they clearly failed the class that I took and I passed, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
so we was kicking it. Then I was a tutor. I got paid and shit to be in the tutoring center and shit for 0401. Like anybody had problems with 0401, come see Lil D type shit. You know what I'm saying? On everything. So we was talking about smoking blunts, right? Motherfuckers like, oh, yeah. So this one dude, man, he was like, man, y'all don't know nothing about smoking blunts. We was like, white boy, what the fuck you talking about? He's like, man, come with me after class. We went to his crib, right, his apartment. Like, it's about 4 black dudes, 1 white dude. He ain't care. He was like, check this out. And I swear it was like a movie. He opened up his shit like a hutch. He opened up a hutch. And it was like, and like gold light came out the motherfucker. This motherfucker had all these different type of weeds and all this shit. So we was like, whatever. I lost not a half an hour, 30 days. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. I lost 30 days. I don't know what happened. All I know is we listened to Bob Marley, Sublime, and Bob Marley, and a whole lot of motherfucking everything else, playing a lot of Tekken. And I don't know what happened for like 30 days. That was my worst semester of college. I got all C's.
30 days?
30 days from like February to March. I don't know what happened.
You don't even remember?
Because my baby mama came back home too. She came back home. She's pregnant. Right? So then I was there by myself. I had a single dorm room too.
You don't remember anything. I'm sure some people out here got stories to tell.
All right, so getting back. This
Wow.
Getting back. What's he said now? Because you read it the first time. I didn't read it. What she say? Read the joint. Read the other joint. You got to go back up, read Z shit.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah. That one before that one. Yeah.
It's a long one.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay.
This is what we do. We give our listeners they shine, yo. Come on. Damn, Z? Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Hell no. We ain't reading all of that. Hell no.
You want me to read it?
Unless you got something to say. I'll let you
Okay.
say. You can read her shit after you say with your thing, man.
Well, she said, "Nah, I know it's long," but she went in on it anyway.
Yeah.
But 2014, the year that No Child Left Behind, predicted as the year when all students in every state would be proficient in every subject. Unfortunately, we still have a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
While the supporters of the modern age of standardized education accountability praise its efforts to close the achievement gap between white students and students of color, its critics claim that it's been failed to live up to Shoot, I lost my spot. Its promises and may even exacerbate inequality. As schooling has turned into a status competition, the test-driven approach to education provokes a number of unintended negative consequences for the students that the law is most intended to help. In some cases, it creates a strong incentive for schools to push out the lowest achieving students to create the appearance of improved test scores and to mask educational deficiencies.
Time out.
So it sounds like an article. She kind of just
okay.
took her
I was going to say, I
article
hope she got a Bluetooth keyboard because that's way too much on the thumbs, man.
I'm just gonna let me go down a little.
That's
bit.
all right. Z, you could have came on wax with that.
Okay, but listen, so what she said was, at NPS, our babies are $1.
Oh, for sure. Listen, man. Z, here it go. I'm gonna take it a step further. These, Kelly, I told you gotta be my buffer because I was finna go.
Relax. Relax.
Here's the thing. You know what a blood principle is?
Go ahead.
I got it. Make sure I'm on that one.
I'm listening.
A blood principle is a motherfucker that moved out by Vincent thinking they doing something right. Right. Out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you wearing your little suits, dudes, your hard bottoms, chicks, you got your little dresses on, your little heels and shit, click, clack around the building, right? You used to be a teacher, but you act like you don't know what's going on, right? You act like you don't know that it's a struggle with these kids. It's a disconnect. You used to care about the kids, but now all you care about is test scores, not getting them suspended and all this shit. And you forget how to even communicate with me. And we was brothers struggling and sisters, brothers struggling in the classroom in the war.
Mm-hmm.
And now you done forgot about it. All you care about is your suspension rates and test scores. You're a blood principle to me then. Like a blood diamond. I check my diamonds, make sure the shit ain't from, you know what I'm saying, Western Africa, man. Where you get these diamonds from, fam? So that's what a blood principle is to me, man. Come on.
So Jen said, I don't know at what point we were talking about, but she disagreed because she said she and I are both products of NPS, college educated and handling life. Suburban schools don't guarantee success. Your family, school, and community support heavily plays a role into success in college.
Yeah, I think Jennifer was talking about me when I said suburban schools prepare you for PWIs. You know what I mean? A little bit better. Like if you're in school with all black people, you don't know you don't know how white people act. You don't know how Spanish people act. You don't know how Asian people act. It's a fact. Like, so therefore, if you don't have those different ethnicities around you all the day, when they do something and their culture, the culture shock that you have, it may be something that you may get offended by, but that's just them. That's their culture, right? That's so if you don't get that to college, that's a fucking problem to me personally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know what I'm saying? We all know there's great products that come out of everything. Tupac, the rose that grow through the concrete. Motherfucker, it is what it is. Absolutely. There's a lot of motherfuckers that didn't make it through that bitch. That's all I'm saying, folks. I agree with Jen wholeheartedly. Absolutely.
I agree. But, you know, like me, I know my story is totally different because I have had the opportunity. Like, I attended public schools all my life.
Okay.
But I started off in public schools in the South.
How was that?
It's very different.
Very different. You got to say yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I mean, but
that was a motherfucker would have to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
I went to schools with predominantly white kids. You know what I mean? I'm
gonna tell you something. Can I hijack the conversation before you go? Because I'm crazy. So I'm out of Whitnall, right? So of course, once we get out there and we got our freshman orientation, they see the new niggas that they didn't go to the middle school with, right? I was one of them new niggas, right? But I have so much flavor, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming with Jordans and U's and shit and all this. They're like, oh shit, because they got the paper. You know, they got the paper. So that's when we talking about 91, right? So they dressed like us and shit like that. So I'm like, oh shit, you look like me. You know what I'm saying? And so, all right, that's how it went, right? So Kels, so I mean, they listen to the Ghetto Boys on Mind Train. That was my first thing to know. Like, yo, white people do the same shit we do in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way southwest Milwaukee County. It's a different thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a belonging to with the white people that like, you know what I mean, that look like you, with you, down with you for your cause and shit. Like when we had to whoop the white dude and all that, like the OGs, the older cats, they came through. Said, come on, young blood, just turn your hat to the right and come on. You ain't got to do shit, but come on, because you got to come with us. You know what I'm saying? Because, we went through shit out there. Like I remember my sister Tabitha, she, on the bus, Don, I got this letter. She didn't want to tell everybody else, right? The white dude gave her the letter of her sitting on the porch eating watermelon, like, yeah, you porch monkey, and woo, 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 woo.
You stop.
So she gave it to me. I'm like, I got this shit, right? I ain't talk to nobody. Next day at school. My OG at the school, Eric, Tabitha gave this to me. She said Dave gave it to her, right? I said, okay. So we was in Spanish class, right?
Wow.
With Dave. First hour.
Y'all whooped
Me and Eric.
Y'all whooped.
Right? So I did what Eric did. He was a junior, I was a freshman. Eric had his shit deep to the right. I had my shit deep to the right. So, but before that, we met in the hallway with all the G's. So they was like, okay, just whatever. After this class, because we had the class with Dave second hour, me and Tabitha in algebra. So we on one side of the building. So we let Dave walk out. We follow behind Dave like, Dave. We caught him like right by the hallway. I mean, what's up with this shit you gave my black sister? That's what the older cats like. So we all just one hit quitter. Vlaco. Knock teeth out all this shit. Eric took one for the team, fam. His girlfriend, oh, why you guys do that to my man? Listen, man.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend came. So then that was the one day. The next day, though, and this one the shit got real. My headphones. Next day got real because they got threats because they were white power. These motherfuckers was doing this, right? We think that's West Side. These motherfuckers in a yearbook doing this shit. This shit mean white power.
Wow.
Motherfuckers don't know this shit, right? I'm Southwestern Wisconsin for real. White power, this is what this shit means. So straight skinhead motherfuckers and shit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
These motherfuckers to come to school like that though.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was motherfuckers there that you was like, yo, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? We know what doggone fuck them though, but you know what? Even though they didn't like black people, they fuck with you though. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck with you, but you know what I'm saying? You kind of didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't fuck with them, no. Like, I'm not going to fuck with you like that, but we had to do some shit in school and class and shit. We going to get down and do this shit though, right? But yeah, though, we were in the auditorium, and Whitnall, you came in the first door, auditorium, gym, pool on this side, long hallway, and then you get down. We were in the auditorium. They told us, they grabbed all the black people and whoever identified with being black. So you had a couple Mexicans, you had a couple Asians that said, no, we ain't fucking with them white people. We with y'all. They said about 30 white power motherfuckers came up in the building looking for any black motherfucker to take them out and kill them. Like for real.
Wow. Real
shit. Like, yo, but they walked by all of us. We was in the auditorium.
That's crazy.
They grabbed even the black dudes that acted white and shit, they grabbed them too. Like, dog, we know you really ain't
we know you really not black.
We know you
but
really
you want to be
with,
down.
But motherfucker, right now it's a safety
with the black
issue.
Power. You want to be down with the black power.
Safety issue, motherfucker. You got to come with us. But yeah, okay, my fault. I had to hijack this real shit, but it's that education shit. But it built character though, right? Like,
so one of our listeners, this is my friend. My friend said, she lives in Franklin. She took her kids out of Franklin.
Hell yeah, Franklin very racist.
And put them in MPS, best choice ever. Mm-hmm. They were in Franklin since K4, but the way the kids of color are treated is very inappropriate. And when it's brought to the attention, the superintendent and other administration aren't putting forth enough effort to create a positive change because they don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They don't want y'all out. They don't really want you out there anyway.
No, I would never send my kids out there that young. I was mad when Dejan, when he was in 6th grade, the kid went 3rd grade. Yeah. I think first of all the assimilation and shit. I don't want my kids coming back not having that culture, but thank God I'm a motherfucking revolutionary militant motherfucker that they gonna get that shit at the crib. I'm not relying on the school to give them that.
Absolutely. See, what I was saying was I'm a different case, as far as being a product of a public school. I've been exposed to different public schools from the far south to the Midwest, so north. So I've had my fair share of attending schools where you talk about a school that's preparing you for predominantly white
PWIs.
Wait, what does the I stand for?
Predominantly white institutions.
So I think I've been groomed in that all my life.
For sure.
Like I grew up in the South, and I mean, being called a nigga was like nothing. You was called a nigga every day. And we talking about in the 80s.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So we talking about in the 80s, going to school, little girl, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, being called a nigga every day.
Nigga.
I mean, that's just the way it is. The town that we grew up in was one of those the city that we grew up in was a city in where they back during the civil rights movement, when they had the Freedom Riders, it was one of the cities in which they threw the what do they call those?
Molotov cocktail
on the buses, burnt, just so that's where I grew up. That's the school system that I went to and attended, and going to school with predominantly white people. That's a different type of white person.
Yeah, that's a whole motherfucker I don't want to
and
fuck
then
with.
having to come here, attending schools in Chicago public schools, also suburban Chicago area, and then attending schools in predominantly white schools in Madison, Wisconsin, which was a totally different type of white person.
Liberal Madison, Wisconsin, or we talking about Middleton?
We're talking about
Middleton. We talking about Fitchburg. We talking about Monona Grove. Yeah,
Fitchburg. That's a totally different type of white person. That's a totally different type of predominantly white institution.
No doubt.
Like they didn't want us there at all, and they made it known that they didn't want us there. We don't want you getting the same education that we get.
Nope.
And we lived right on the edge of Madison, and it was like a line. We was right there at the line. They didn't want us there, and just to having to deal with that as a young child is crazy bananas. But I was groomed. My daddy grew up in the civil rights movement, so I was groomed for that. You know what I'm saying? So then moving here to Milwaukee and attending public schools here, first time ever attending a predominantly black institution.
Negroes.
It was like a culture shock for me. It really was. It was a race shock for me. And to see, that to see how people value education differently in different public schools. Just seeing that firsthand and having to understand that. So I've seen I have a different perspective on private or public schools in general, because I've experienced it from every aspect. So, I think I've been prepared for the field of education all my life, which is why I'm in the field of education, because I've seen it, just from a different perspective. So when you talk about your kids going to Franklin or, and attending schools like Franklin Public School District, in which, hey, they don't really want you out there.
No, they don't.
And they gonna let you know.
What's the problem? The problem with Milwaukee is the most segregated city in America. When Chicago, we always fluctuate. The problem is always here is that we ain't got no place to take our black babies with the $250,000 houses, $500,000 houses, $1 million houses, where all black people that you can aspire to have, like a black suburb like Ladera Heights in California, the Black Beverly Hills, shit like that. But in other places, other locales, Ladera Heights. What is it called? The Black Beverly Hills in California.
I thought it was a Baldwin. What is it called? What is Baldwin?
Baldwin probably is too. It's a couple. Motherfuckers got multiples.
Right.
But that wet. Uh-oh. Is that wet?
Can y'all hear that?
That's the wet.
Can't hear that.
That's the wet.
Wait a minute. You look. Slow it down.
That's that wet. You off camera too with that wet. Put the top back on the wet.
I can't take it.
Okay.
He is doing the most.
Other places is about money. If you got money to live here, you cool. You know what I mean? You ain't coming home to nigga on your garage and shit.
No, you're not.
They ain't burning down your shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not.
Like when I was doing my paper today, I'm doing a paper on sports management. We had a current trend analysis topic, and I chose the athletes' right to protest during the national anthem. You know what I'm saying? And found out about Chris Jackson, formerly Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, and he had a house in Mississippi. And when they sprayed nigga all on his shit because he protested back in 1996 during the NBA games, he used to either stretch or he used to be in the locker room. And when he told him why he was doing it, because he don't honor the flag because of the atrocities they do to his people, and Muslims we ain't with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And his wife didn't want to stay in the house. They sold the house. It was up for sale. Motherfucker went and burnt this shit down in Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi ain't. They.
All right.
If you that type of black person, they ain't with that. This is crazy. I just want to read this.
Go ahead.
To you, okay? So Jen said, listening to you, not me, him.
Can you read what she said? I like to hear my
She
name.
said,
I like when women say my name. And when the last time, Kelly?
Listening
Kelly,
to Donald's
time
story.
out. When the last time somebody told you fine in the motherfucker?
I think I told myself that today.
But that's two then.
Oh, somebody?
High five
Somebody
to the real
besides me?
I just did.
I mean, if you don't think you're beautiful, who will?
Yeah,
like,
but
for
I'm
real.
telling you.
I appreciate it.
Fine in the motherfucker.
We look good, though. We always look good.
Let's try it together. Put on a t-shirt.
Let's try it together. I love that. No, we're going to put that on a t-shirt for real. We've been talking about
I got to write it down right now.
We've been talking about all these t-shirts. We're going to put that on a t-shirt for real.
Let's try it together.
Let's try it together.
Okay, go.
That's a show. Okay, Jen, here we go.
Right.
Jen said, listening to Donald's story, prefer not to have my kids at suburban school where they're having to worry about racial issues versus at MPS where we may have peers who don't eat. Let's see what she said. I can't see what else she said. Oh, I'm sorry. Who don't eat, who are homeless, etc. I can handle those issues, but I wouldn't want my young child having to handle adult issues. Okay? I believe it's my job to teach my kids culture and expose them to it through camps, field trips, and even family members in their neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So then listen. My friend, okay, it's my friend, it's my bestie.
Who is that?
We've been together forever.
What's her name?
It's my bestie. Don't worry about it. She's pretty. She's beautiful.
We
attended public school together. Okay.
She
was replying to something that
let me ask you a question. Is she fucking gorgeous?
Absolutely. I can't take it. I can't even take it, Queen. Did you hear this, Queen? Okay. So she was saying that her daughter was a cheerleader freshman year and her sophomore year. And they didn't even tell her about the upcoming tryout dates, changing the day. She was told by peers that they didn't want the thicker black girl on the team. She also said her third grader, oh, I love him. He is such a sweet baby. Third graders' friends, they were playing. Now, this right here, I can't even believe this. I can't, but I can because I can't believe what people are teaching their kids. What, like, white racist people are teaching their kids. Her third graders' friends were playing with her son in a ball roll by a beehive. The kids told him to go get it. Go get the ball because guess what? Black people don't feel pain.
Black people don't feel pain?
Black people don't feel pain. So, of course, these are white children, okay? He goes to a predominantly white school, living in a predominantly white neighborhood, predominantly white school district, predominantly white city, town or village, whatever it is. And that's what they're telling their kids.
I got two things to that one. I got two things to that one. One is either motherfucker getting taught that because they done fucked up some niggas at their crib, right? Two, this punk ass music that these kids listen to will make you think black people don't feel no pain with all the partying and the drug use and shit. So we kind of put it out. If
that's somebody. That's a parent.
What I'm saying,
telling a kid,
black people don't feel no pain.
Go get that. Look, go get that ball over there. Because if you get a bee sting, you ain't going to feel it no way. It ain't going to make no difference because y'all don't feel no pain. We don't feel no pain, but y'all been whooping our asses forever.
But you got to just think about it from the other side, though, with the music, though.
I get
they listen
it,
to the same music. I don't feel no pain. Drive my Mustang, got this bitch sucking my thing. You know
okay, so
like
then that's
like
their
that,
interpretation of what pain is.
I'm just saying, these little, we talking about little kids, though?
Yeah, we talking about little kids,
I'm
but
just saying,
know.
no, I'm not. I'm saying it's one or two things. I said it was one or two.
You think them little kids listening to that?
Why not?
Probably,
they got YouTube and shit too.
Okay.
They got title accounts.
I know you playing devil's advocate with this one.
I'm playing.
I know what the real deal is.
No, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying motherfucking shit.
Put it on a t-shirt. We gotta put that on a t-shirt. Let's try it together.
You need to relax.
I love that. I love that.
Try with me, shit. How about try it with me?
Man, try it with me.
Ooh, I'm writing that down.
Try me, period.
Try it with me is better. Try it. Whatever you're trying to do in your life.
Try it with me.
Try it with me.
Trying it with you. Okay.
Because I'm going to make you happy. I'm going to keep you smiling.
I'm going
to talk about your booty. So you talking about being 40, you probably got a 40-year-old ass. And a 40-year-old ass
I don't know how
hella good.
I don't even
hella
know.
good. Right now.
I don't even know how I feel about that. Like that.
Think about it.
That crazy. Crazy.
You want a bullshit fat ass 21? These little girls. Listen, let me tell you something.
Listen, I got a 40-year-old. I got a 40-year-old ass, right? But the ones that these little girls have, these are ones that they've made. They're pre-made asses. Like they're certified by the board of
they ain't certified. These motherfuckers going to the Dominican Republic getting that fat transfer. Listen to me. Okay. Are you fat and thick or thick and fat? We talked about this. Are you fat and thick or are you thick and fat? Which one is it?
I'm just thick. I think I'm just thick.
I think you just thick too. Okay, listen, you need to relax. I can talk about my calls like that. Any of you
if y'all knew him, like you would not be offended by what he's saying. I'm totally not offended because this is him all day. I've known this man. How long have we known each other?
Don't worry about it.
A long time.
I just know that dress you're in, you could win the horse awards.
Field trip is warranted on this, whatever.
Yeah.
This is my preparation because I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, next week it's like blow your mind week. So ooh. I had to give y'all just a little bit of flavor because I don't want our listeners to be like, why she look like that? Why is Kels all looking? Yeah, because I'm going into the new.
No, her ass getting old. Listen, okay, so bottom line, do you value wearing how your child gets their education, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Me too. That's why my daughter's going to motherfucking one of these choice schools because I seen my cousin come up. Listen, let me tell y'all something. It's about being talented too. It's just about not if you're going to suburban or the choice school. It's about focus. I don't know if I want my daughter to go to a school like DSHA because I wanted to deal with stupid ass boys, right?
You want her to.
I wanted to deal with stupid ass boys.
You want her to have the experience,
right? With dumb ass boys and have to fire somebody in their shit possibly. I want her to be able to.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, but we don't play. Bella's a fucking beast too. She fuck around and hurt somebody. But so I have to think about that. But it's fucked up when the only MPS school I would think about sending her to was King. That's fucked up. What time is what?
What's our time? I feel like we've been talking about a long time.
We're an hour and 13 in. We always go an hour and a half.
Okay.
We got time. We did it good. So my thing is, I would probably only send her to King. Now, all them years I worked at that school on the east side, that school will prepare her for college, hands down, absolutely. But the stupid ass shit with the violence down there, people don't know. Well, you might know. There was a lot of shit going on down there.
But my thing is
I had to
like,
protect motherfuckers down
here's
there.
my thing. I'm not just looking for a school that's gonna prepare me for prepare my children for college. I'm looking for a school that's gonna prepare you for a global society.
That IB shit ain't nothing but honors. Don't let it fool you. IB is honors, motherfucker. You understand me? That's what it is. There's nothing special about it and all that shit. And if your kid ain't going full IB, don't tell me you sent your kid to the fucking King or Riverside or Reagan for the fucking education if your kid not going fucking full IB or full honors, because you're not. You sent them to play basketball. Fucker, you sent them to do other shit. Cause motherfuckers don't send their kids to Tulsa, East, and Nicolay full honors if their kid can't handle it. That's the school they can go to. So just be blessed that your ass in the lottery system, or you knew somebody at Central Services that plugged your kid in the motherfucking school. How about that? But you can get a quality education at Obama, Hamilton, Washington, Vincent, Madison. If you send your child on the right shit. Because I go in these schools every motherfucking day and I see kids that you shouldn't be here. Motherfucker, you probably shouldn't be here. But they in there with motherfuckers that probably never get ate up on the streets with. But in that school, they thrive and it's all good.
Yeah, my dad always says, it's not where you send them, it's what you send when they get there. Doesn't matter what school you go to.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You can go to the worst school in a school district in any city in America, any urban city in America.
You can go to the worst school in the motherfucking school district and come up out that bitch.
And still come out.
Polished.
Ready.
Polished.
Because a lot of people do. A lot of people do. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Vincent was like when I went there. That's
my mama wouldn't let me go to Vincent. I tried. My cousin went to Vincent.
Oh.
My mama wouldn't let me go. My cousin went to Vincent. She wouldn't let me go. But you know, that was when Vincent was having the race riots and shit. So my mom wouldn't let me.
In the 90s?
Hell, nigga, you better Google.
I don't know. We got there in 93. So
a lot of people wasn't going out there. They had race riots out in that motherfucker, man.
See, I went to the middle school that I went to was predominantly black, but there was a large population of white students that attended that school, and a lot of those white students went to Vincent. Now, my middle school does not exist. John Burroughs, giving a shout out.
Fuck Burroughs. Burroughs is a bullshit school. There's a lot of bad motherfuckers. Fuck Burroughs. Burroughs
this was back in the
bad.
90s. This is in the
Burroughs
90s.
Been Burroughs.
Listen, but there was a select group of students.
Oh, y'all was in, what was that shit called?
PAT.
Yep.
There's a select group of students.
On camera, right on this camera, not that one. That's on YouTube. On that one too. MPS with that bullshit with that shit. They used to have a select group of kids and they used to shuffle their ass around. Get in this room, get in this room, get in this room, and protected them motherfuckers. They ain't had to deal with the real shit.
I mean, I had to deal with the real stuff, but it was about the academics and being challenged.
Whatever.
It was.
Okay, so what's going on now? What about the academics and being challenged?
I mean, that was years ago when we had tracking within school districts all over the nation. Not just
we need
MPS.
tracking back. We need tracking back in MPS.
Listen, don't get it twisted. They track. Every school district tracks.
They don't track like they need to, though.
Nah, that's what you think.
Here's the problem,
They
Kel.
do.
Can I see your left hand? Let me see your left hand. Oh, you got something on this finger. I was going to tell you, baby, you need something on that finger because you fucking... Okay, so now... Lord have mercy. I just had to... Listen, I love beautiful women and you're fucking gorgeous. You know that?
Thank you.
Kelly.
Yes.
Fucking gorgeous. I'm flirting with you tonight. So tonight...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're blushing. So black people that blush, it's a problem. So okay. So, but listen, I need to like my son when he was in Menominee Falls, accountant. I want to go to school to be this and that. And that's they marketing accounting classes. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to shit? We don't have that in MPS. Riverside ain't got no fucking marketing and accounting classes. G, they don't have that shit. So what about the kids that want to go and be finance majors and shit like that? Where the fuck they get? They're not getting it until they get to college. That's fucked up.
But look, in our district, in our school district, we have. I mean, and I think we're getting back to the specialty schools. We are getting back to specialty.
Did I
schools.
call you baby on wax? I'm sorry. Sorry.
Did you? I don't know. What
I got to interject one time. Does King? Because I know you've been in the loop, right? Does King have medical classes?
I'm not for sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Not for sure.
Ask you.
But I'm just saying, I think that, in MPS, we're getting back to the specialty schools because when I was in high school, I had no idea.
And that was last year, right? Because you so fucking young. Okay.
I had no idea that Vincent had V House. Shout out class of '97. Okay.
I want to say something on wax so hard.
I had
right
no
now.
idea. Listen, you're not. You're totally not. I'm there.
I kind of can't say it though.
You're not. But
Don't
listen
say
to
it.
what I'm saying. No, you're not gonna say it. We're gonna have that conversation off. Y'all listen. There's a conversation that we're gonna have off wax.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all can't be a part of that. That's just us.
All I know,
anyways, listen. Hush. Hush. Listen. We're getting back to the specialty schools.
About time.
PS. Now, when I was going to school, I don't know what Washington High School, what their specialty was. But right now we know it's information technology, which is an excellent program because
I know what it was. It was called Herpy Motherfucking High.
Stop it.
Washington was called Herpy High, nigga. For real. On everything. Don't. On everything. Everybody knows.
I don't know what it was called. Washington
was called Herpy High back in the day.
What I'm saying is I don't know what their specialty was, but I went to Vincent and the specialty was international studies. Okay. We had agriculture and business and we had an automotive program. A lot of students went into that automotive program. Really good friend of mine that went to school with, he was working for Harley Davidson while we were in school. And then he continued. He worked for Harley Davidson for like 10 years after we graduated from high school. And then he went into another field. So we had those type of programs. North Division, their specialty was health sciences.
Oh, you mean the whole east side of the building with all that shit they got with motherfucking plastic over that don't nobody get to use and shit?
I don't know.
I know.
But then look.
It's on the east side of the building, Kels.
It used to be Custer, right? Custer. They had courses that focused on, they've always been kind of like career.
Jennifer didn't go to Vincent. Jennifer went to Vincent. Fuck
yeah,
V House.
You know what? Jennifer. Jen. I can't even take it.
I had to get it in.
He about to.
I set it off. Okay, I apologize.
Jen.
I come from a different perspective.
Jen.
V House is cool with me. V House. My assistant coach, my beautiful Destiny Blue, resting in heaven, ball in heaven, baby. You know what I'm saying? She always, y'all forget about the year she came to Riverside, though. She went to Vincent her freshman year, came to Riverside her sophomore year, went back to Vincent, won two state titles, man.
There it is.
How about this, though? She won a state title as a coach, though, too. Where the fuck was it at, nigga?
Absolutely. She sure
Where was it at?
Yeah,
do the math.
You know where it was.
There's a story behind it. I'll tell you about that off wax, too.
She had an awesome career, though.
Love you, Destiny. Motherfucker shitting on Destiny.
She had an awesome career.
Love Destiny to death.
Absolutely. We had a lot of good products come out of it.
Factory. Y'all fucking Division I athlete factory out there.
We were at the time. Yeah.
Still are.
Yeah, we were at the time. I don't know what's going on right now.
Not a lot,
but I gotta get back to it. I do. I really gotta get back to it and see what's going on out there.
Are you in an alumni association?
No, I'm not, because I just found out that they are working to develop one because they realized that we have different pockets of alumni that get together and try to do things. And so they're working on building an alumni association very similar to, like, I think Washington and Lincoln North have like huge alumni associations.
Absolutely.
And so they're working to build that so that, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I work for the district, but I do want to give back to the school that produced a person who eventually, you know, gave back to the school district. I was voted most likely to succeed. My principal at the time. You
are most likely to succeed too.
I'm getting close.
You are.
I'm getting close. I'm not a principal yet, but I mean, that's something that I might aspire to do one day. I just don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, baby, check this out. I'm not a part of Whitney knows nothing, motherfucker. Like, check this out. You know what I'm saying? All of this came from Whitney. I'm good. I don't need to be a part of shit. All I need to do is find me a bad. Oh,
somebody said they forgot about what they used to call Washington. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Washington is what's up. Let me tell y'all something.
Fuck, it's not. You know why it's not? Something. My cousin Marlon Boyd, this motherfucker got Washington on his fingernails. Like, this motherfucker on the hair, the hair that's growing out this motherfucking. ears and dude. Swear to God,
He bleeds purple
Washington
and
is
gold.
the only thing that fucking matters. Like
He
I love him
bleeds
to
purple
death.
and gold.
I love him to death, but the shit is ridiculous.
He bleeds purple and gold.
It's asinine that he believes that Washington is always gonna keep on coming up.
It is coming up. Let me
No, it's
tell you,
not.
it's coming
been
up.
coming up for 20 fucking years. You gotta fucking relax.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Coming
There's
up
so
where?
many good things that are happening. So many good things. But let me just tell you something. Washington has an awesome alumni association.
Hell
Like,
yeah. That's why
awesome
Washington will never get closed though.
Awesome alumni. I mean, there's so many great people in the nation that have come out of
Yeah,
that
but how many of them are
school.
black though?
You know, so I think, I don't know, because
Exactly.
I don't know. That's something that to research. You know what I mean?
I walk the halls and see the walls.
But
It ain't too many.
But that's all over the district, I think. You know, how many African American people have really done some awesome things and come out of this school district? We've had some great people come out of this school district.
I think they on paper they ain't paid their dues. They didn't pledge.
Which is the reason why a lot of people choose public over private. Public over choice. Because they know that not just in this school district, but in public school districts all over the nation, they produce some great people that go on to do great things and give back to their communities and give back to their schools.
That kid was going to do great, period.
Yeah.
In whatever setting you put him in. It's the kid. It's not the fucking school. It's the kid. The school can.
I mean, but you know, it's whatever. At that particular time, you were meant to be there in that school at that particular time, taking those particular classes, having those particular experiences, and it's those experiences. Some of those people that attended public schools, those experiences that they had, created and birthed out some beautiful things. So yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm just saying. I'm with the whole shit. I need a motherfucking choice. Because without this shit happening, my daughter wouldn't have been able to go to MCP, right? Mm-hmm. At first, didn't go to the school she had now, where it's like, fuck it, it's night and day. I'm glad. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want my daughter getting hit in the head to pass a motherfucking punk ass test, right? I want my daughter, the whole child, to get taught, right? When you got kids that don't need that discipline, some schools ain't right for them. But see, as a parent, I was able to get mines out. You know what I'm saying? Now, other people kept their kids and didn't thrive, but there's so many kids that done left it. You know what I'm saying? Done left it. It is what it is. But it's the kid, man. It's the kid. Certain kids need to be in certain environments, man. And you got to know your child and your family needs. You know what I'm saying? What's laughing for?
I'm laughing at Jen. Shit.
What's she say?
She said, Lil D.
Lil D.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do know. We don't accept I don't knows over here. And if you with me, look at me. If you with me, you're never gonna say I don't know, because you always gonna know. Because you know why? You're fucking with me.
Let's just try it together.
Oh, fuck. We can try it together, but just understand. It's a hierarchy, and you're trying it with me. Okay.
And you're trying it with me.
I already know what to do with you.
Like no other.
I know what to do with you, Kelly.
Yeah. This is what happens when you go into your newness. Okay.
When you turn 40.
Yeah, when you turn 40.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you something. I so look forward to it because, like, I remember my mother when she was 40. Like, she's beautiful. Like, my mama is beautiful, like, period.
Shit, watch out. Can you move?
My mom is beautiful.
No.
Like,
Penny?
I look at her and she, like, my mom, the age, people are like, is that your sister? Like, I aspire to be like her. My mom is a beautiful individual, like, inside and out. And so,
Penny adopted me a long time ago, man.
She did.
She adopted me a long time ago.
She did. She did adopt
Penny.
you like 10 years ago. She did, right? So, I mean, I aspire. I don't. That's
how
why I
about
don't have
this?
a problem
I can call her mama
older.
Penny, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to call her Miss Wilson. Mrs. Wilson. I call her Penny.
Yeah.
I can call her Penny. Hey, Penny.
Because
Penny. Donald, Donald, you crazy, and laugh at me, touching me on my shoulder and shit. You know,
she likes you for some reason. I don't know.
What the fuck you mean for some reason? Look at me.
She likes you. She's weird like that. She like look.
Listen,
yeah.
Hey, you might get. I might skirt your ass out the way.
But no, like I never worried about getting older. Like some people worry about getting older because
here we go with this bullshit again.
They want to look up. They look
up.
up. But like, listen, all of the women in my family, on my mother's side and on my father's side, continue to age gracefully.
Tell me what black women that don't. The only black women that don't age gracefully is the motherfuckers that smoke too many cigarettes on the G. I mean, on every keep it a buck. Remember I said I ain't saying on the G.
Yeah,
none
keep
of that
it
shit
a
no more.
buck.
Or folks no more. None of that. The ones that smoke cigarettes and drink too much are the ones that don't age beautifully. Let's do a research on that.
Too much.
Let's do some research on that.
Hey, nowadays you gotta throw in, take Xanax.
Do you smoke cigarettes?
Smoke marijuana, all that type of stuff.
Nah, weed is cool. Do you smoke cigarettes?
Absolutely not. Never have.
Do you drink a lot?
No.
That's why you fine in the motherfucker then.
I'm trying to keep my body looking great. I'm trying to keep my face looking great. Try to keep everything looking 100. Ooh. I don't know. My friend, I don't know if she's on here. Look, Jen, let me tell you, Jen. Jen, beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't
talk about my friends. Why?
But I look at us and I'm like, man, like Jen looks the same when we looked in high school.
I can't talk about my friends. Why?
I know you can, but I can.
I love Jennifer.
I love Jen. She's cool.
She like, always who the fuck is Jennifer? Jennifer like my Beyonce.
Jen is cool. My best friend. Oh my God, my best friend. She's beautiful. Always has been. You know what I mean? Just been the same person. Like you look at her and you probably think she's like 30.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyways,
we ready? Because we're way over.
Way over.
We're way over right
What's
now.
your song of the week?
No, ain't no song. Damn, really? No, nigga. This that MPS education. Motherfuckers say we over. You just want to get to the end. No, listen, let me get your ass. Let me tighten your ass up. So we got it together, right? There's no love Q&A. There's no love Q&A tonight. No love Q&A because this is our education and politics episode. So, yes. But we do have a "Don't worry about it, I got it."
Don't worry about it, I got it.
I think I might have to ski mask up. Can you get me ready? I think I'm ski mask up.
You about to ski mask up? Ski mask Don't worry about it, I got it.
Yeah, this one is for real.
You got it like that?
Yeah, it's finna get for real quick because this is about the election on us. What is that? The 6th? Ain't that your birthday, doll?
That is. That's
hey,
my born day.
Hey,
that's my Earth day.
Ooh. Can I say this before I do it?
Yeah.
Hey man, stop putting y'all fucking kids in them fake ass dancing doll shit, man. Motherfucker, like we don't have HBCUs up here that shit matters for them, and they don't go down south to performing competitions. The furthest they go is in Chicago. So if you want your daughter shaking your ass, humping the ground, doing all these suggestive things in gyms full of grown ass men and old people and shit like that, that's for you. There's no reason that you think your daughter shaking her ass is gonna get her in college for free.
All right, Lil D.
I'm not with that shit. I'm not with it. I think we're promoting this shit that's already ingrained in their heads. Remember, hip hop went through the stage where motherfucker, everybody wanted to strip. They had stripping poles. Motherfucker got stripping poles, all this shit. They got stripping classes and all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. Then it went to having a bitch and all this shit. And you get a bitch, and I got you and my bitch and my bitch and the bitch and the bitch, right?
Wow.
Right. We talking about hip hop though,
right?
Okay,
we are talking about hip hop.
So now the shit done perpetuate. They putting all this motherfucking weave in their little daughter's head to do like this so they could swing it around and shit. All this bullshit.
Do you not see it as an art though?
No, it's an art, fam, but I don't think the shit they do, I don't see on the fucking football field. How about that at HBCU games?
You don't?
Not like, okay. First of all, these little ass girls.
Yeah, I agree.
These little ass girls.
I agree. But where do they start so that they can continue the traditions of the dance and the movement, the body movement that we see at HBCUs? Where
high school. Start? Just like motherfuckers shouldn't play no tackle football into high school.
Okay.
I ain't with motherfuckers because these girls can't handle it because they already see what their mama's doing, what the video's doing, what the little niggas want them to do. So then when you doing all this shit and your little girl end up pregnant or some shit and you wonder why, but you got her out here popping her shit all in the air, wearing these tight ass clothes, all this weave in her motherfucking hair. What you expect to happen to her ass? Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. I'm not going to
I'm sorry.
Debate it.
I'm just saying that's just me, fam. And I'm just
We know we won't see Bella on the Dancing Dolls.
hell no. Man, please. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking man, please. I wish I would. Motherfucker, that you know what I mean? But my thing is you're not putting them in a position where a motherfucker get the proper tooling. How about this? How many motherfuckers you know go to HBCUs right now? Boom.
Right now? Or have went?
Former students, none of that. All that shit. You ain't know 5 shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't know 5. We being in education. So it's bullshit. We ain't no, but Wilberforce, motherfucking Central State is the closest HBCUs. Get the fuck out of here. Do they even got a football team? Like, come on, fam. Like, down south, yeah. It's cool to join the shit, to be on the shit. But up here, we in the Midwest, nigga, what are you doing? To be on TV? And are you qualified to even teach my daughter how to be a majorette? Like, what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing, Kel?
Let me just say, the culture is different in the South than it is here.
Yeah.
So the culture of this culture of everything that we do as it pertains to HBCUs is very different. Yeah. I grew up in that culture, so I know what it's like. Y'all, I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Fucker.
Are you gonna take off the glasses? Shit. Or are you gonna?
You know what?
I can't.
Come on, Kels, we can get done with this shit. I gotta take you on a field trip.
All right, field trip it is. Here we go. Where we going?
I can't say that on wax.
Okay. Another conversation off wax, y'all.
You ain't got me on that joint though.
I'm about to put you on because I want everybody to see this. You ain't got to see me. See all of this.
Motherfucker.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me just prepare them, okay? All right? This is the Don't Worry About It segment. If it's not directed at you, you should not be offended. So get your glasses. Get your shot. Nigga. Get your hat. Sit back. Cross your legs. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all might have to get a drink because I don't even know what's going on, about to go down right here. Okay?
I'm finna show my allegiance.
Here we go.
You ready?
Show your allegiance.
Show my allegiance.
We got a couple people joining in on this segment, so don't be offended, y'all.
That's Costa. What up, Costa? That's my man, yo. Costa, peace, yo. Yo, here it is. Huh. Have you done your research on the candidates for the elections, everything that's coming through? All politics are local. I was taught that in my Africology classes at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. For those of you that might be a little slow, and I'm sorry if people get offended when you call them slow, it's African American Studies. UWM was smart enough to call it a science. How about that? All politics are local. Just remember that. And the local shit is the ones that matter. So your alderman, your county supervisor, the mayor, the fucking state assembly, the state senate, all that shit, that's the ones that really matter to you. You know what I'm saying? Vote for your family. How it affects your fucking family. Not your ethnicity. You don't have to align with black people. You don't have to align with white people and how they vote. Because we don't see Bill Cosby, who he voted for. We don't see Jay-Z, who we voted for. We don't know. We don't see Puff Daddy. All them people with money, it makes sense for them to vote Republican because them the ones that's going to cut their taxes. The Democrats are going to tax them at a higher rate. So why in the hell would they vote Democratic? Don't vote for how your friends vote. You don't know what their bank account looks like. Because of the original question of the week that we had, which stated, do you agree with the school choice program? I said yes. My hand is up fucking high because I want to be able to give my daughter all the opportunities that I can because I live in the city of Milwaukee. My sons had their suburban education. We can talk about suburban education at a later date. It has its pluses and its minuses. We talked about that. But I will, if my daughter has the opportunity to go to a private parochial school on the school district's dollars, I'm all for it. Your candidate for you people that didn't do your research, you simple-minded motherfuckers that didn't do your research, is going to cut the choice program. 7 out of the 9 Democratic candidates were talking about ending choice. 7 out of 9. And your mans said they'll be done with it. Now, there's extreme liberal shit as far as we're going to let everybody get to the highest grade completed in whatever school they are and they're done. To we're going to take the money and put it back in the public school. I don't get it, but okay. No. Like we talked about earlier on the show, Howard Fuller said, yo, I don't know if I would do this again if it was going to lead to these results. You know what I'm saying? I'm not voting for Tony Evers because if I want my daughter to go somewhere that has a high, that has what she needs to do, like what she's interested in, and I can't get that in a public school, why the fuck would I vote for somebody that's going to take that away? Right? Remember, Scotty was my friend in 2010 because Scotty, my boy Scotty, didn't do to me what everybody portrays he did. It was the district that I worked for. Whether you're in the suburbs, up north, or out in western Wisconsin, your school district fucked you, not Scotty. Right? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Motherfucker, I'm a person. I mean, a title doesn't define who I am. So you need to be careful who you're voting for. You need to be careful of the propaganda and the media and understand all politics are local. And you need to take a deep look at the candidates. When that shit come in the mail and they put the shit on there, so-and-so will do this and do that, and they got the motherfucking footnotes at the bottom, go to that article. Go to that article and see that dog said that. She said that on wax. Don't just look at it like, oh, and throw it away, or look at it like it's all true. Do your research because this shit is important. We in midterm elections. The Republicans are running crazy right now, trying to separate themselves from everybody, but they're like getting sniped. Pow, 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 pow. Remember one thing if you're black. We were Republicans until Reconstruction when the Republicans left us. And that was one of the worst, scariest times in American history, from like 1870 to 1930, 1920 being black in this country, man. As a black person. It was worse than being in slavery time, yo. So, this liberal views of shit that what y'all want to do, it's a little bit to take a little bit of the liberal and conservative side and apply it to your family, man. But I'm just saying, I'm not aligning with because I'm black, I supposed to vote Democrat. I ain't with that shit. If I want my daughter to go to choice school, one candidate is for it and one candidate is not, and that's who the fuck I'm voting for. I'm done.
Okay.
My song of the week is LMA Close. What about you? She don't have one. Good.
No, I had a song a week, but
Okay.
It's not. You know, I kind of wanted to tie it into what we talked about, but I don't. I'll talk about my song of the week next week.
Okay. All right, something to cook, a meal for your mate, or if you're in the representative stage, something to do together. I can't remember if I did did I do the crock pot lasagna last week?
No, you didn't.
All right, so the crock pot lasagna, here's it is. The crock pot Mexican lasagna, I'm sorry.
Did I taste this?
No, you didn't.
Okay, y'all. I ain't taste it, so I can't verify it, but I'm sure it was good.
But tonight you did taste the curry chicken and broccoli casserole.
OMG. Man.
It's something different with the brown rice. So she tasted that.
That was delicious.
She tasted that. So, the Mexican crock pot lasagna is one I picked up off the internet, and what it is just you layer it like it's like it's lasagna. So I'm a corn shell cat. I like the grittiness. I like it. I don't like that flour shell. Where do you think they get corn tortillas from? I'm saying they cut the tortilla shells up in triangles and fry them in canola oil. But So you layer it with the shell down first, just like you do a lasagna with the noodles, and then you put your like if you really gonna do it, you're gonna need some corn, you need some black beans, you're gonna need some canned tomatoes, you're gonna need some salsa, right? You're gonna need some Mexican cheese. So you would layer your canned tomatoes down first, and a white onion. Layer some tomatoes down, like a 28 ounce can, 32 ounce can, tomatoes, Kels. Layer it down, boom, and then Kill, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. No, you didn't. Turn the microwave off. I'm recording, yo.
So the canned tomatoes, white onions, and what else? All of which I didn't get to taste, y'all. I'm a little salty. I ain't get to taste it.
Taste it. Onion. Then you do the onion. Then you do you can do chicken. You can do shrimp. You can do ground turkey, ground beef, whatever you do as your meat. Season that shit. Then you're gonna do the corn and the beans on top. No, after the chicken, then you're gonna put some salsa and corn and beans on top, cheese, boom, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat till you get to the top of the crock pot. Put that shit on, however your crock pot do. I got a digital joint, so 4, 6, 8, 10 on mine. You know what I'm saying? I do 4 because I be wanting to eat. You know what I'm saying? I do 4 as I want to eat, and of course the top layer is just shells and cheese, and then you good. Trust me.
Y'all can't trust me because I ain't tasting.
Trust me. Greek yogurt, yo. Like, for real, the shit's so good, I licked the fucking plate. Like, the recipe I got it from, she snapped a picture of her boyfriend licking the plate and shit. Like, on everything.
He did lick the plate, y'all.
I did lick the plate.
I think when I was talking to him, he was like, I'm licking this damn plate. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you licking the plate?
That should be that good, though. That should be that good. And I made it with my own Spanish rice. I asked the kids, you want me to buy the Zeta Ranch? Y'all want the Zeta Ranch yellow rice or the Spanish rice? They're like, Daddy, we want the Spanish rice. So
can you put rice in that? You think you could put rice in the
It's always going to be on the side.
I'm just saying, do you think you could potentially put rice in that? I love rice. And like yesterday, that was like the rice, and that was that was delicious.
Whatever.
But anyways, and I'm super hungry here.
I'm hungry too. I'm finna go make a pizza right now, freshly made from scratch. Yeah, as soon as it's done, I'm waiting. I'm hungry as hell. I gotta go. That mean I gotta share half of it with you.
I don't eat half a pizza.
Motherfucker, you gonna have a slice.
Okay, that's not half. That's not even a fourth.
Trust me, once you eat my shit, fam, I'll feed you. I ain't got no problem feeding. I'll make you your own pizza. How about that?
I don't need my own pizza. I just need a fourth of the pizza. That's all I need. 1/4.
I'm gonna make you your own mini pizza then. That whole joint is mine. Can we do? That's negotiations, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
We trying this together.
All right, we done. Try it with me. All right, we done.
Thank you for watching, listening. You didn't tell anybody to subscribe,
rate,
review, anything. Like, you got to do that.
Yo,
like, check us out.
Check us out on YouTube with the production. If there's anything you missed because you're going in and out of Facebook, came back like, damn, these motherfuckers still on here. So yeah, we still on live. We doing it differently. Check out the feed on our YouTube channel. I'm getting my production shit on, so I'm really going to try to do it big for this one. Give me a couple of days. It'll be up on YouTube because I am a graduate student. So I don't have time to fuck off. But
y'all tune in next week because this is going to be a different type of episode.
I don't know. I think we're sending out invites.
It's a party.
I think it's a party.
It's a love affair discussions party. So y'all tune in. It's going to be nice.
It's always nice.
It's a celebration.
It's always nice with you.
It's beautiful with you.
Oof.
Okay, we gotta go.
You're gonna make me blush.
We gotta go.
It's gonna make me blush.
We gotta go. I'm hungry.
Just because I said I was cooking, you didn't say shit that I was talking about food.
Okay, I'm hungry.
All right, y'all. At Confidence in the Clutch, we are fear more than love, but never hate it, y'all. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you got to have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Stay woke and get out. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes. And when we go live, it's important. Visit us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K in the K.
Absolutely.
And cheers to me one more time because you did great. You did great. Fucking awesome. Love you.
Love you too.
Salute.
Thanks.
You got eye to eye.
Salute.
Eye to eye.
Salute.
Eye to eye.
We gotta do like they do on Queen of the South.
You got to drink.
I am.
Come on.
Thank you.
I want to drink. I want to. We out. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.
Confidence in the Clutch.